What's up, friends? It's Deshante back again, Testimony Tuesday. Today I'm going to be talking about the time the Lord told me to stop smoking weed. So, 2018, the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, I believe, the Lord told me to stop smoking weed. And I was just like, why? I don't have an addiction. And I didn't hear anything else. But I did. I stopped smoking weed. Like I no longer even had a craving for it. Now, let me preface this with I didn't have an addiction to marijuana. I wasn't like a huge weed smoker or anything like that. I honestly just did it socially sometimes, and I would take edibles to go to sleep. And so it wasn't like a huge part of my life. So I wouldn't do it like every month even. So it wasn't a huge part of my life, but still I did it socially. Like I went out and to a party or an event or something, and I was still smoking at this time. And so I still 2000, yeah. Okay. So at this time I was still smoking, and the Lord had told me to completely stop. Don't do it anymore. And I was just like, but why? I don't have a problem. I don't have an addiction. Why do I have to stop smoking weed? And again, like I said, the Lord didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. But it was almost immediately it went away. Like anytime I would go out after that or be around people that were smoking or taking edibles or doing any of that, I didn't want to do it. I never really wanted to do it again after that. It was like the Lord immediately took the taste out of my mouth, okay? The taste out of my senses, the feeling of wanting to join in. He immediately took it away from me. And I knew it was the Lord. I knew he really wanted me to stop doing it. When that happened, I was like, it's weird. But I still didn't know why. I went on with my life. At this time, I was working in the entertainment field as a celebrity stylist, and I worked with a lot of clients and people who just had a lot of addictions, lots of party addictions and drug addiction, alcohol addictions, just that were kind of out of control. And so one time I was on set, let's see, like this was later on in 2019, I believe, like let's just say 6 months into 2019. I don't know if that was exact dates, but it would give or take. Okay. I was on a job and I was working with a client. I was assisting actually another stylist and working with a client. And this client had a very clear, like they were under the influence of a lot of things and they were out of control, just completely out of control. This person, they were either on drugs. I'm pretty sure they had drugs in their system and alcohol, and they were just out of control. They were belligerent. They wouldn't cooperate with anyone on set. And it was just like, what is going on? That was the first time I seen it, but it was just the point where this person was at was just really out of control. And I was just like, this is a lot. And I was just working directly with this person that day. And so it was just a lot to deal with. And anywho, I went home that day, and within this time frame, I don't know the exact time frame of it, but within this time frame, I ended up watching a sermon by one of my favorite preachers, Dr. Matthew Stevenson. And in this sermon, at the end of this sermon, he starts to talk about marijuana and what it does to your mind, and how drugs cause you to go into another realm, and you open the portal for spirits to come in, demons, and all of these things. And the Lord begins to speak to me, and he says, this is why I told you to stop doing marijuana and using marijuana. I know you didn't have an addiction, but the people that I'm sending you to do. And I was like, wow, God. Wow, you are just wow. It was just like this huge revelation, because again, this was like let's say I had stopped at the beginning of 2019, and like this was 6 months in. I told you it was immediately like I had no crate. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was just like, okay, I'm done with it, right? And I didn't know why. Lord didn't really answer me why at the time. But like 6 months into it, I have this situation with this client, and then I listen to this sermon, and the Lord begins to speak and give me the reason why. And then I was like, okay. And I understood that because at that point I had been working in the entertainment field for a while, and I had seen a lot of people who struggled with addictions and constantly were working under the influence of drugs and alcohol. And it began to be something that really hurt my heart and I hated to see. And so even though I had used marijuana, I was just like, I didn't have an addiction to it. So it was just kind of like, for me, I did it for fun. And so when I began to see and work with these people who had real struggles, it was just like, Lord, wow, you really made it clear that you need me to focus on being and doing what you called me to do. And in that, I have to stop doing some of the things that may influence or hurt the people around me and get them off a track from getting to where they need to be. And so when the Lord really told me why he told me to stop smoking weed, I was like, wow, thank you, Lord. That is, and also when he told me to stop, I had like grown a little bit in my revelation with him, because at this time he was like refining me in different areas and telling me to stop doing things in different areas of my life. And so when he gave me the revelation that it wasn't even for me, it was for others. And I mean, it was for me too, because I didn't need to smoke weed, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like, he really gave me the reason was because the people that he was sending me around, the people he was sending me to be an example in the light of him, they had real addictions, and I needed to be an example and not participate in what was going on around me. So yeah, that's the Testimony Tuesday for today. The Lord told me to stop smoking weed. There is a lot of reasons why you should quit smoking weed, okay? But one of the number one reasons is that it does open the door to another realm of spirits. It opens the door to demons. It opens the door to addiction. And it just opens the door to so many other parallels in your life. It doesn't allow you to be sober-minded, of a clear mind and clarity. And so I'm really thankful for the Lord for taking me on that journey and telling me to stop smoking weed, even though I wanted to be rebellious and be like, why? I don't got no problem. But the Lord always knows best. And so I'm really thankful that in that season of 2019, he really had me on a journey of being refined and snatching things out of my life, telling me to stop smoking, telling me to stop cussing, telling me to stop doing these things, because it wasn't who he had called me to be, and it wasn't being an example to the people he was sending me to be a light to in this world. So yeah, that's Testimony Tuesday for today. Thank you guys. Let me know if you have any comments or questions below. See you next time. Bye.